Good morning, guys. If you're new to our channel, I am RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and I just want to stop by to say thank you. If you have not been following along on our journey, you probably know that, or you don't know that. Recently, the past few days, I did test positive for COVID after getting off Carnival Conquest. We had started our journey, our summer travels, our hashtag Major Summer Vacay 2022, where we were taking 8 cruises over the course of 8 weeks. And we made it through Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas, a quick weekend Memorial Day trip with family. And then we boarded Carnival Conquest should have been 4 days, but there was an emergency, so it wound up being 3 days. And then I fell sick on Carnival Conquest. So I wanted to share with you all our journey as far as having to, we planned our vacation and then having to stop our vacation due to COVID. I do want to say this, that I totally understand the feelings that a lot of people have, that pretty much everyone has regarding the pandemic, as it relates to those who have lost loved ones, family, and friends. And so I do come and I bring this video very respectfully, having an understanding of what that feels like. And so I want to be very respectful in how I share things, but I do feel like it's very important that we share our journey, because we share everything else that we do as far as our travel. And traveling can be interrupted. Cruising can be interrupted because of COVID. And it all changed and happened so quickly. Literally was on Half Moon Cay, snorkeling, having fun. And within a couple of hours, I was pretty much out of it. So I am so thankful that my symptoms, they were pretty moderate. They are currently just mild. I still have an off and on fever, some body aches, some cough, but it is so much better than what it was 5-6 days ago. So I want to be sure to share this experience with you. Also, we had quite a few bumps in the road as we made our journey from Miami back to Ohio. So I'm going to share all of that with you. But again, I do want to send love, thoughts, prayers, positive thoughts to the families that have lost loved ones during this pandemic. I know that it's been a hard time for everyone, and everyone has their own experience from this. And again, this is just our experience, and I want to bring it to you very respectfully. And so again, we're back home. Dyson did test positive. We got home, tested everyone last night. We tested before we left Miami, and I was positive, but Dyson has turned it positive. He has very mild symptoms, and so, he'll be fine. So we'll just kind of monitor and keep track of everyone else. As you know, Jo Marie did have COVID back in February, which is why we had to cancel a Disney cruise, but she was asymptomatic. So we're just going to, be resting over the next few days, and then trying to revamp our hashtag Major Summer Vacay 2022, because we will get back to cruising here really soon. But again, just want to say thank you guys for all of the well wishes, the positive thoughts. As we made our journey from Miami back to Ohio, I would have never road tripped this in the past. But again, we wanted to be very responsible as far as me being positive, not being around crowds, not getting on an airplane. But I can tell you this, I probably will not road trip it again. But again, here I'm going to go ahead and share what happened along the way. If you're new to our channel, again, welcome. And if you love cruise content, we will be back at it here soon. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. We have tons of content coming up, maybe even a few surprises since we have to change up our plan. And then I have a special announcement coming out here in the next couple of days. So again, thanks for following along. Thanks for all of the thoughts and prayers. And here's our journey. All right, we had a great time in Half Moon Cay today, but I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm not feeling 100% in a flare-up, so I'm going to just probably rest, debating whether or not we're going to get off of Nassau. I did put a survey out there on YouTube just to see what you all would like to see us do in Nassau, but we will be back in Nassau at least 2 more times this summer. So I'm debating whether I'm going to get off the ship tomorrow or not. I think being out in the sun just kind of caused me to flare up, so I'm going to rest, go to bed early tonight. It is just 9:30. The boys are going to be partying hard till midnight. That is their curfew. But Jo and I are going to bed, and she actually created a little bed for her Build-A-Bear. All right, say goodnight.
Well, I'm not going straight to bed though.
Well, I'm going straight to bed. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Nap times on cruise ships are the best. Right, Joe? All right, taking a nap. Hey, pull your mask up. Drew, pull your mask up.
I don't have a mask.
So if you've been following, the last day or so I had been saying how I wasn't feeling 100%. Well, I decided to pretty much self-quarantine myself to the cabin other than grabbing something to eat on an open deck. And this morning when we got off the ship, I went ahead and tested. We were scheduled to take CVS tests, but I figured I would go ahead and test because I am symptomatic. I have some autoimmune issues, so I just kind of thought maybe the flare-up fever and all this and that was related to that. But then the cough got worse. So took the tests, the EMED. I took the EMED test, and then yeah, I came back positive.
The card and look carefully for pink lines. The line in the sample window can be very faint. Do you see two pink horizontal lines? Please compare to the sample results on the screen.
Yes, I see two solid lines.
Alright, this soon you have tested positive for COVID-19. There are free antiviral treatment options available to you.
So, total switch of plans. We are dropping this little car off at the airport, swapping it out for an SUV or a minivan that'll fit us, and we're going to make the 16-hour road trip back to Ohio. Road trip! Yeah, don't really want a road trip, but I felt like it would be irresponsible for us to get on an airplane. I mean, we could probably be home in 2 hours, but it'll probably take us 2 days, so we'll probably drive about 10 hours today, and then the rest 6-7 hours tomorrow. But right now I guess my symptoms are pretty moderate, mostly body aches, all the way from my fingertips to the soles of my feet. Cough has settled some, but yeah, just feeling fatigued, but some of that is typical for me, so that's why I didn't immediately jump to testing, because I just thought maybe I was in a flare-up from being out in the sun. So yeah, we're off, we're jammed into this little car, and we are headed back to Ohio. So this means that our next probably 3 cruises will be canceled. We might push those back to later sometime. I don't know when we'll have time this summer, so we'll cancel those. Thankfully, I have travel insurance, so I should be able to get a full refund, or I can apply those funds to a later cruise or just move the sailing date. So I'm gonna look at my options later. Right now I need to get something to eat, and we're just gonna rest and swap out cars. So we'll kind of show you our journey along the way, hoping that it just stays where it is right now and nothing gets worse. I do have, when you're positive and you take the EMED test, they do give you a prescription for an antiviral. So they gave me 5 days worth. I did pick that up in Miami, so I'm going to start that as soon as I get something to eat, and hopefully that'll make me start feeling better. So we'll keep you guys updated along the way, but thanks for following along. So we're sitting here at the airport. We've been here for a good hour and a half trying to swap out our vehicle. Talked to 3 different people, and they're all giving us the runaround. All we wanted to do was upgrade our car to a minivan and change the destination to Ohio. And one person said, yes, we can do it. The next person said, oh yeah, we can absolutely do it for $35 a day. I was like, okay, great, let's do it. Then by the time they factored it all in, it was like $300-400. Then we went and talked to a manager, and the manager escorted us back to deck 2 and said, I'm going to take care of you. And pretty much once he opened up his system, he said, oh, I can't take care of you. So we just had to, we're returning our other car that we prepaid. And I think it's booked under a non-refundable. And we're just going to get another car with a different company. So it's been an hour and a half. So we're that delayed getting on the road. We'll see what happens. So an hour later, and we are still waiting. So Ron has been in line at Budget. And yeah, there was like 20 people in front of him when he got started. He just messaged me to say that there's 4. So just not going so great right now. But we're just hoping excuse me, to beat the storm out. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Oh, the irony of that sign. Upgrade without a hassle. That's so far from the truth. We've been here way too long. But finally, about to head out. We're still going. I think we're going to stop in Jacksonville for the night. So we'll see. We got caught up by some rain and traffic and haven't been on the road too long. So we're going to stop in Jacksonville, I think, for the night. And then get it home tomorrow. Beautiful rainbow. So we just made a stop at Daytona Beach. They're in the Buc-ee's right now getting something for dinner. First time here. So we'll be going inside, staying in the car. But we're going to check into a hotel here for the night. So yeah, and then we'll get up in the morning and make the rest of the way back to Ohio. So currently, my cough has gotten a lot better, but my chest hurts, my whole body hurts from like the bottoms of my feet, all the way to my fingertips. Like anytime I start moving, my head is banging. Not really having any shortness of breath, so I'm thankful for that. But just some chest pain, body aches, body pain. Fever keeps coming off and on. But I've been wearing my mask with the family, so plan to sleep with my mask on. I'm just going to assume that they're all positive, but you know, still take every precaution. So yeah, try to get a good night's rest and get up first thing in the morning and get back to Ohio. I did start some medicine that my doctor from EMED, it's called Paxlovid, that they prescribed for me. So I did take the first dose of that. So we'll see if that gives me any relief. But we're off to the hotel now. All right, good morning. So we are still in Daytona Beach. We were hoping to get on the road at 5:30 this morning, but just wasn't feeling well. So just real tired, body hurts like crap. Yeah, it hurts to move. So I don't know what time is it, 8:30 now. We're just not getting on the road. So yeah, we made this trip yesterday and didn't get too far. Lots of traffic, lots of rain. So we're hoping to get home today is the plan, but we'll see how the day goes. Like I said, just real hot, sweaty. When I move, everything hurts. So just try to limit my movements. Yeah, taking my meds and gonna try to find something to eat here in a second. Slept pretty good. My husband said I had a few coughing spells, but I felt like I slept pretty good, although everything hurt. So we're gonna get on the road. I have to make a few calls this morning to shuffle the cruises and different things, because you have to notify Carnival within 24 hours of a positive test if you're gonna miss a cruise. So I need to take care of that today and make some other calls. So we are getting on the road and we'll kind of let you know where we are along the way. And now I'm driving. Finally felt up to driving and the engine light's on. So just as I was starting to feel better, I took over driving for just a little bit. The truck is broke down. I was driving for all of an hour. We're through South Carolina, and I think we're in Walterboro, South Carolina, and started to accelerate, and you could tell that the engine was revving. Then it would not have let me accelerate anymore. Got up to about 40 miles per hour, and that's the max it will let me go. Then the engine light came on. So I don't know if that's a form of protection. Maybe we weren't supposed to be going. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be driving, or what's going on. But we're here now, and we have to wait for somebody from budget or something so that we can swap vehicles to try to make it home. So I don't know what to take that sign of. There's a lot of signs happening today, so I am starting to feel a little bit better. I think the medicine is working. But yeah, trying to make it home, day 2. So we're here somewhere in South Carolina. Ron made contact with Budget Rental, and he did share with them, being responsible, that I have COVID. So they said normally they would send, what did they say?
Uber.
They would send an Uber to get us to the airport. The nearest airport is Charlotte, which is almost an hour away. And so normally they would send an Uber to get us to the airport to get the other car. But because he revealed that I have COVID, which he should have, they now are saying, well, first we have to wait for somebody to message him, but they are going to have somebody leave the Charlotte airport, come pick him up, take him back to Charlotte airport. Then after he gets the rental, he has to come back here to get us in South Carolina. Because right, Charlotte's in North Carolina, right? Yeah.
We're in South Carolina.
We're in South Carolina. So you're going to North Carolina to get the rental. We're in South Carolina. Yeah, so so he has to go all the way there, come back. That's a whole nother 3 hours or so.
What happened?
So yeah, patience is wearing thin, but
it's about the journey, not the destination.
And the dog is on top of the rail.
That's what he says. So this has been an adventure. So it's been almost 3 hours. We've been waiting on budget roadside assistance to come. They were supposed to pick Ron up, take him to the airport to get a new rental, and come back to get us, which would have taken a couple of hours because the airport's an hour away. And we still have not heard from them. We've been back and forth on the phone, and we're just still waiting. So it's been 3 hours since this all happened. So very disappointed in budget and how they're handling this. Yeah, so we're probably gonna have to just figure it out and pay out of pocket and then get reimbursed somehow. So we're probably gonna wind up, at least Ron Ubering to the airport to get the new car. But we don't even know what the process will be when we get to the airport, if they're gonna require that we do a new rental, or if they're gonna have something there that's gonna fit us all to get home. That's my concern, is going and then there's not a vehicle for us because it is the weekend. We need a 5 to 7 passenger truck or van and to fit all of our luggage. So just getting a little frustrated. I guess I've been here about 3 hours now. No help from budget, so we'll see what happens.
Still going to be my responsibility, and so far we've been waiting for resolution, and the only time that I was able to get a call back was you a few minutes ago, and the other lady who called me like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. She said that she was trying to get someone to take the car, but has been unsuccessful.
2 in 2 in. That's hard. Oz.
No. So.
Okay, so the engine light came on for you?
Yes, ma'am. So could I speak to a supervisor now, or do I need to explain what happened again to you? Which I don't mind, but I need resolution, and I'm not getting any resolution.
Okay. 1 second. Can I place you on a brief hold?
Yes, ma'am.
So we just finally got hold of budget rental car, and keep in mind we've been here now 3.5, 4 hours waiting for help. We got a text notification. What did the text say? We got a text notification 3 hours after we first made contact saying we're still trying to arrange service or roadside service. And then like 20 minutes after that, they sent the same message again. Then we received a message that said
that our service provider would be here within 60 minutes. Then we got a call saying that the service provider would be here within 2 hours. And I told the lady, I said, well, the text says 60 minutes, and she informed me that first they got to go to the airport and pick up the car, and that would take 60 minutes, and then it would take another 60 minutes for them to get to us from the airport.
so ridiculous. So it is 6:30 something. Let's see how long this goes. But this is absolutely ridiculous. We will be disputing, doing whatever we got to do, because this is wasted time. And we were hoping to get back to Ohio tonight, but neither one of us can see at night. We can't drive. So now we're also going to have to stay in a hotel again. So that's another added expense. But yeah, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. So all we can do now is hang tight and see what happens. But we're out here now in the middle of nowhere, and it's about to be nightfall, and we're still waiting.
But we are enjoying the journey.
No, we're not.
And I'm not mad at this.
All right. It's almost 8:30. We finally have a tow truck. Finally. With a car. So, getting back on the road. Maybe. But, yeah, very tight fit. But thanks to this guy for coming. And no one else would. But, yeah. Definitely a tight fit back there with all of our luggage. It wasn't like that in the other vehicle. So, not the safest situation, it doesn't look. But I don't know if my husband will be able to see. But what can he do at this point? All right, so we're at our next hotel stay, about 45 minutes from where we sat all day waiting for a rental car. So we're gonna stay here overnight, and Ohio is now 8 hours away, so we should for sure be there tomorrow, fingers crossed. I am still feeling a lot better. My meds are kicking in. I still feel fatigue, some pain, not as much coughing, so things are feeling a little bit better, a lot better actually. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rest it up and figure things out in the morning. All right, good morning. We are still here in Orangeburg, South Carolina, having breakfast at the hotel, trying to save some money. Feeling a lot better, so much better. So we should be back in Ohio sometime this afternoon, 8 hours away. All right, coffee stop. And that's probably the ugliest spelling of my name that I've seen so far. REQULE. Yeah.
RacQuelle.
No, it's RACQUELLE. But that's how they spelled it. That's fine. In Columbia, South Carolina. Gotta go check out this race car for Drew. If you don't know, Drew loves what? What do you love, Drew? He loves NASCAR, Indy cars, anything with racing. So we saw this, thought we would come check it out.
Yeah, maybe I can sell it.
Do you know who that driver was, Drew? No? So you might have to look it up. Number 77 Budweiser. Foldsofhonor.org. We'll check it out. All right, time to get back on the road. We've only been on the road 15 minutes, but had to get coffee.
Inside the mountain?
Yeah.
I want to go inside the mountain. I want to see. Can I see the inside of the mountain, Daddy?
Yep, they dug a tunnel just for us.
I don't see no trees, Daddy.